Hello, I'm Ornella Hernandez. Welcome to Crypto TV. Today, I'll be interviewing Bezalel Eithan Raviv, the co-founder and CEO of blockchain analysis firm Lionsgate Network. This firm specializes in tracking and recovering stolen crypto assets. It has successfully retrieved $450 million to date, and it actively works with governments to combat crypto's illicit use all over the world and to prevent more scams from happening. Billions of dollars in crypto is lost every year. Billions. Swiped from wallets, sent to the wrong person, or just lost. And I'm hoping that Bezalel, a seasoned recovery expert with a background in elite military intelligence, can help to assuage some of those fears today and also give us all some tips to not get scammed. So if you're curious to hear more, then stay tuned for this interview. Hello, Bezalel. Thank you for joining us today. How are you? How are things in Tel Aviv?
I'm very well. Thank you so much for having me.
Great. So, Bezalel, I wanted to get started just by asking you your opinion on what you would say to people who think that crypto and blockchain and Web3 is just a scam, because that's all they read in the headlines and they think it's full of fraudsters and hackers. So what do you say to someone like that?
I say that maybe they're not completely wrong, because crypto space, non-custodian financial environments demand people to become their own custodian. And therefore, they need to figure out for themselves who they're dealing with. And in most cases, when people believe that they can cloak under an entity, then it's an open door for them to become malicious. And that's what we've seen in the past 12 years in crypto space over and over again. And therefore, their initial thought is not completely wrong. But if we look also, reality versus reputation. So the reputation is one thing. Reality says in fiat, which is monetary money and fiat currencies, there are a lot more, in fact, embezzlement and scams that have taken long for a longer period of time, but it wasn't a conversation that broke headlines.
You're right. That's a really good point, especially in the banking and financial system. The amount of money that has been embezzled, stolen there is massive, and we don't talk about it enough. You are right in saying that. So then that makes me question, what is Lionsgate's role in helping to improve the crypto and blockchain industry?
So when it comes to Lionsgate Network, we have a very clear, straightforward mission, which is to offer a cleaner environment that is more secure for the B2C sector, meaning the clients that actually the individuals that do not know what to do, but they do want to join the party. So we offer them the opportunity to say, first of all, figure it out with us before. We're more than happy to give you a nudge in the right direction. But if the event already happened and you had a mistake and you have been entertaining yourself with a malicious actor, a black hat, or just a scammer, then we say we can look into the findings of your case and assess them at no cost, because we believe also in offering free items to help people migrate from not knowing to knowing. And therefore, the bigger mission is to offer a safer crypto environment for everyone, not only those that are extremely educated about it. And also, if we are in the state of a case that already, got off the road, so to speak, then we are here to look into the case and figure it out. What would be the best way to get things back to order or recover from? And that's something that we do via forensic blockchain analysis that is currently a very hot topic, because the problem, as we've looked away for too long, is just too big.
Yeah. Okay, so I understand that you've recovered over hundreds of thousands of dollars worth of crypto. Now, how do you go about choosing which cases to take on? Do you take on only a certain type of cases?
So the preliminary stage of every case is critical. And that's why we offer to everyone that is eligible for analysis by our teams is to, let's look at the case first of all. Let's see if there is a potential to recover things. Your assets may be had turned into or being exchanged to cash. And in that case, the probability to get things back to order is very low. So you will have the insight, but not the service. We will only offer the service to clients after a preliminary analysis where there is a very clear indication of where your money is right now. If we see that wallet, suspect wallet that is entertaining with your money in this red hot minute, then the service is valuable to you. And therefore, we then offer the onboarding stage.
Yeah. Now, I did want to ask about one particular case that Lionsgate Network worked on, and that was the role that it played in confiscating or intercepting the crypto accounts that were linked to the Hamas group. Would you be able to talk about what that looked like, what that process was like?
Honestly, our contribution was very humble because at the time that we got called by the Ministry of Defense, the sources there, they didn't have the unequivocal, I would say, evidence to tie wallets, specific crypto wallets, to entity. So our contribution was very minimal, I would say, because the hard labor was already done. And there was a court seizing order that the Minister of Defense wanted signed by a court judge. The judge would not sign it, and they brought the information to us, hoping to find the linkage between a crypto wallet to entity, meaning, can you see that relation? And that's very important when you are a judge and you need to sign a court seizing order. So we've provided those assets to ensure that millions of dollars would be seized from reaching to terror activity.
So what kinds of tools do you use to make those links and associations?
Well, we monitor, right? I mean, in blockchain space, it's kind of very straightforward, right? Every blockchain transaction is leading you in the right direction. People think that there are mixers and blenders, etc., that will prevent transparency. And we say, it's great that you think that, but it's actually not so true, because there is a way to defrag anything, as there is a way to cloak. So our job is to basically, for our clients that comes to the Lionsgate Network, and they come very confused, and they went to the sheriff in their town, or to Homeland Security, or to FBI, and there's a lot of confusion because misinformation is the king of the day. They would tell them, your money is in China, your money is in Ukraine, etc., without even examining their case. And we say, excellent information, let's examine it. Basically, the client has more information about the case than we actually needed, because with the information on where the money went, which wallet is the carrier of the funds at first contact, and how much money was sent, and the dates, right? This is enough information for us to be able to examine the case in a way that would lead us in the right direction, pinpointing on each and every dollar current location on any blockchain. And I think that's pivotal for people to not rely on concepts that are dated to 2017. In 2024, you can freeze suspect wallet with law enforcement, right? You can seize funds that are in wallets that are not the owners of those assets, and you can recover crypto funds. And it's been done hundreds of millions of dollars this year alone.
Yeah. So since you bring up law enforcement, I wanted to ask how you would rate the current legal structure and current law enforcement in how they tackle cyber crimes, especially when it comes to social media, because that's, I think, harder to monitor. How would you assess that?
I cannot rate law enforcement incapacity with dealing with crypto cases and crypto problems and challenges, because their departments are still in many ways trying to figure out what is the right course of action when it comes to clients. Now, in America, in the United States of America, there are over 800,000 reports a year. And we know that only 1 out of 16 people will go and report. The numbers are incredible. Most people do not even report their cases to the police because they're infamous to offering misinformation to victims. So I cannot rate them, but I can tell you that they definitely can use their resources because they have different agencies. You have FBI, police, Homeland Security, FTC, too many people doing too many things. And that's obviously very confusing for a system and a network. So what we say is, it's about time someone will read the post-it that organized crime has officially migrated from street corners to crypto networks.
Yeah. Okay. And then what are some of the most common types of tactics that scammers use nowadays when it comes to the crypto industry specifically? Any trends that you can point out for us? I know romance scams is on the rise.
Right. So let me tell you this. I think on an emotional level, gaining people's trust is the most sophisticated scam, form of scam, method of scam. They get them to trust, and then they can do anything they want. We're looking at romance scams, of course, but romance scam is already a story of the day. So it means there are 10 different stories in the pipeline. What we're seeing right now over and over again is scams that are taking place in more professional spaces like LinkedIn. Right now, LinkedIn is under a lot of fire because a lot of people with so-called reputable profiles are targeting professionals in a safe environment, which is not so safe anymore. We also see crypto wallet poisoning, which is an effort to help you send money or motivate you to send money to an address you're familiar with, where only the beginning and the end is identical and the middle is completely different. So a lot of people that do not pay attention because they forgot that they are their own bank and they are the custodian, the only custodian of their crypto assets, make that mistake every single day. This is also on the rise as we see it.
Okay, I did not know about that crypto wallet poisoning tactic. I'm going to be on the lookout for that. Now, do you have any other tips that you can share with our viewers? Anything to keep in mind, maybe some signs to look out for in case they're being scammed?
Listen, I think everything boils down to the same place. The financial system and structure has dramatically changed in the past 12 years. We really need to own our assets and remember that we are the bank. I know it's a slogan and it's a cliche, but in this case, it's actually true. If we're not going to be responsible to our assets, no one else will. And no one will help us fix it unless you'll be able to find the right people, which is also a challenge to many of our clients. So the biggest tip I can offer is trust yourself and no one else. Educate yourself on what's happening where you are active. Understand that a lot of people are going to try and attempt to target you because you are active on social media, which is right now the monitor space for many type of scammers. And when there is no accountability, not so much by law enforcement, not so much by financial institutes as we know them, then we really have to own our game and get back to basics. And basics means if I cannot see you face to face, then I cannot trust this conversation. If I cannot validate your name and credentials by more than one source, I cannot move forward. If I'm not able to read about what you're doing by respectful, reputable news outlets that are not cohesive or related to what exactly you do, then I cannot say yes. This is what we're talking about. We have in many ways progressed with technology so much, but in many ways we have to go back to medieval times when it comes to authentication.
Yeah, all right, wise words. So trust yourself and no one else, and we are our own bank. I like that. Now, one last question for you, Bezalel. Is there any particular case that Lionsgate Network has taken on that you are particularly proud of in achieving or recovering a certain amount of funds?
Oh my God. First of all, so many. Every single case we onboard is a remarkable thrill for us because we know that the people that found us they went through such a exodus with themselves. So finding us and having a sincere conversation, which is empathic, but yet also professional to what they need, is something that we take huge pride of. meeting people face to face on a day-to-day basis, people that trust us with sharing their story and leaving us with a testimony of what's happening right now, which is the biggest, Lenora, the biggest looting campaign in finance since the recorded anything is recorded. We're seeing $53 billion being embezzled in the US alone every year. These are the real numbers. So we take a lot of pride in handling the next case and keep offering service to onboarded cases.
All right, well, now I know who to call in case something happens to me. Thank you, Bezalel, so much for your time today and explaining what Lionsgate Network is all about. Thank you for tuning into this interview with Bezalel from Lionsgate Network. I hope that you learned something, and reach out to him if you have any questions and let me know in the comments what you think about this interview. Also, don't forget to check out other episodes of Crypto TV and other interviews that I've done. See you guys next week.